Wendy.
Even better, because it's Friday. Okay, so we've got a lot to talk about and cover in this show. First of all, we don't talk about Prince a whole lot, but apparently he's made a revelation that he doesn't like old people. Isn't he 53? Whitney Houston's mother is speaking out, and I got all the details. And you can't believe what Cameron Diaz is up to, and it includes hiring a life coach. Let's talk about it and more. It's time for Hot Topics. Thank you very much. You know, I wanted to share something with you. Here at Wendy, starting on Monday, we're kicking off our Live Like a Star month here on Wendy on Monday. All month long, we're gonna show you how to look like a star, dress like a star, feel like a star. We're gonna have all kinds of chances. You'll have a chance to win a VIP trip here to New York City. Well, take a look.
It's Wendy's Live Like a Star Watch and Win sweepstakes. Watch every day for the word of the day and your chance to win a once-in-a-lifetime trip to New York City to experience the city that never sleeps just like a star. You'll check in at Ink 48, the city's trendiest hotel. Host to stars like Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, and Justin Bieber. Don't miss the rooftop bar and spectacular city views. Next, get ready to indulge in head-to-toe red carpet treatment at the world-renowned Elizabeth Arden Red Door Spa. Celebrity clientele is their specialty, so get ready to relax and be pampered. Then you'll dine like a star. From George Clooney to Jimmy Fallon, almost every celebrity has had a meal at the fabulous Palm Restaurant. Be wined and dined by the city's best. Now it's time to party like a rock star at Greenhouse, the nightclub that brings in VIPs like Rihanna, Usher, Katy Perry, and Leonardo DiCaprio. Feel what it's like to dance the night away like a superstar. Best of all, meet Wendy herself and attend a live taping of the show. Be spoiled. Be in NYC. It's your chance to live like a star. Enter to win, because we're shining the spotlight on you.
Fabulous, right? So remember, starting Monday, make sure that you watch our show every day, and you're going to look for the new word of the day to pop up somewhere during the show. And when you see the word pop up, you log onto my Facebook page, like it, and enter for the day's word, or enter that day's word for your chance to win, okay? So good luck. So Alicia Keys is celebrating her birthday today. Hi, Alicia, happy birthday. Can't wait to 32nd birthday at that. Yep. And she's coming to our show later on, well, she's coming next month. Yeah, for a chat and a performance, so that should be really fun. Look forward to seeing you. Have a good weekend, Alicia. So now it's been almost a year since Whitney Houston passed away, and her mother, Sissy, is now telling her story in a really revealing new book. It's called Remembering Whitney. And we have a sneak peek in People magazine, and some of the things that Sissy was talking about, she said, well, you know, Whitney when Whitney started partying, she did not know how to stop. Surprisingly, Sissy does not blame Bobby Brown for Whitney's problems with drugs, which is refreshing considering how many people have blamed Bobby in the past. Also, she still refers to Whitney as Nippy, which is her childhood nickname. And this is what she says about Bobby. She says, I think Bobby was Nippy's rebellion. Around him, she didn't have to be the perfect girl. Yet I don't blame Bobby for introducing Nippy to drugs. She then added, he didn't help her, that's for damn sure. a couple other things that she says in the book that she's very concerned about. She talked about her relationship, Whitney's relationship with her former assistant, Robin Crawford. I don't know whether you ever knew those years. That's Robin right there with the hairstyle, a cross between Kid and Play and Amber Rose, the blonde afro. But that was Whitney's assistant, and she says that Sissy didn't want Robin around her daughter and knew nothing about the rumored romance that they had going on, she knew nothing about those rumors. There was no romance as far as she knows. Sissy also admits that Robin did care for Whitney and was the first person who went to Sissy when Robin, realized that Whitney was having a problem with drugs. So, Robin subsequently ended up leaving the whole camp and going off and living a private life doing something else. I guess she couldn't watch, her childhood friend in such a state. And the final thing that I have to share with you about this book is that Sissy admitted that she's worried about her granddaughter, Bobby Christina. And if you saw that reality show on Lifetime, you see that there's reason to be concerned. So the book, again, is called Remembering Whitney, and it's in stores on January 29th. Yeah. So there are rumors swirling around that Cameron Diaz is going through a midlife crisis, which is so odd because she's not at midlife, she's only 40. I consider like 50 the mid. But anyway, and crisis, I don't know, but she's allegedly hired Gwyneth Paltrow to be her life coach. What makes Gwyneth Paltrow qualified? I mean, she's married to Chris Martin, who spends the majority of his life touring the world. At one point, it was rumored that they weren't even living in the same house. When he's not touring with his band, he's hanging out with Jay-Z. Then she was into the cupping thing, and doesn't she just seem, Gwyneth to me seems like gluten-free, no TV after 6 o'clock, one TV in the house, and it stays on lock until she's ready to pull it out and supervise what everybody watches. I don't know, but according to The Sun, Cameron has had a hard time since turning 40. She broke up with Alex Rodriguez. She's in need, she had to sort out her finances, which I try as I may, I never heard that she was having financial troubles. And then Gwyneth is at a point in her life that Cameron seems to really admire, so she's helping Cameron in terms of getting her finances in order. and even hooking her up with her trainer. Cameron doesn't look like she needs a trainer. She looks like she's doing pretty well with the trainer she has. But The Sun is also reporting that Gwyneth has forced Cameron to swear off sex because men will distract her focus. Exactly. That's a lie, but I guess as Cameron Diaz is, there's a time in a woman's life where your friends start to go off and do other things, like maybe have kids or, and get married. And, she's grown up with it right in front of us in Hollywood, practically. I mean, she's been around for a long time, this Cameron Diaz. And now, I guess she's saying, this party girl thing might be getting kind of dull. And these random relationships with guys like Diddy. And, remember she was involved with him for a moment, which I was questioning myself. I said, I guess she never wants to settle down because he certainly doesn't behave like a man who wants to settle down. Anyway, but reps for Gwyneth say that the sex ban is 100% false, which means that everything else is true. Anyway, good luck. I do always find it helpful to get advice not from a contemporary, though. Like if you're going through something like a midlife crisis and you need a life coach, it's always best to call, in my opinion, one of the older dolls. Whether it's my mother, who I'm fortunate enough, my mother is, funky and fly, and she's smart and she's able to talk to me, and I talk to her like that. But if it's not your mother, call one of your older aunts or something like that. Somebody who's lived a little bit and not willing, because a lot of older people, they don't want to tell you like the real secrets. Like, how old were you when you lost your virginity? That is none of your business. Not me. I imitate my mother only because that's the only other voice I know how to do. But you have like an older aunt who says, that is none of your business. Or a lady never tells her weight or her age. Not that older person. I'm talking about the cool older person in your life who happens to be a woman. Anyway, so Prince. Prince is on the cover of Billboard magazine. And he's 54 years old. He looks ageless. But he gave an exclusive interview to the magazine. The interesting thing about him is that he told the reporter, don't pull out a tape recorder and don't even take notes. He requested that the reporter recreate the conversation from memory. Which sounds perfect, because we here at Hot Topics, do you know how much embellishing I would be doing on this interview? Well, I remember Prince said this, even though he didn't. Anyway, Prince reveals that one of his secrets in staying young is, well, you need to hear this one right from the Prince's mouth. He says, I don't talk to old people. Hold on. So strange. He says, I don't talk to old people. They try to find ways to stay static. Young folks are the ones with the ideas constantly moving forward. There's something to be said for that, but not talking to old people. I mean, have you ever seen some of the older people who sit in our Wendy audience? These are the fly, funky old people that you would want to talk to, right? However, I do have to agree with him that it is nice to surround yourself with young people. I know even my mom and dad, you know, they're retired, they live in Florida, and they've got friends that are their age, you know, 150. But then they have friends younger than me. My mother's still involved with her sorority. She goes to the sorority meetings. There's 35-year-old sorority girls there and 28, and she's always on committees and things like that. Plus, she has a daughter like me, so it keeps her, you know, youthful. But I also like to surround myself with younger people. I like to hear your ideas. My niece and I are very close. She's 21. A lot of the staffers here, I just love to pick their brains. It's not because I want to be 21 again. Nobody wants to go back there. But I like to know what you all are thinking. So, you know, it's a balance, Prince. Anyway, on a side note, you know, he is a devout Jehovah's Witness. And so, you know, do you know that he no longer performs some of his racier songs like Sexy MF and Darling Nikki? In concert, yeah. He prefers not. What's going on over there? Oh, pipe down, doing Hot Topics. Anyway, Prince, you're weird. And short, but we love you. So, have you guys yet watched this show, Girls, on HBO? Okay. It's still catching on to a lot of people, but you know, the star of the show, Lena Dunham, she was a Golden Globe Award winner, and then Howard Stern made fun of her, and then he took it back, and now she's top of mind in a lot of households, whereas 3 weeks ago, a lot of people didn't know who she was. So Lena Dunham, the star and the director-creator, she's everything on her show. Anyway, she wants Rihanna to be a better role model. Now, Lena is a 20-something herself. You know, she lives here in New York. She lives in Brooklyn. And Lena says fame is a platform that you should have taken more seriously, to Madonna. She doesn't think that Rihanna is a good role model for young people. And here's what she says. Hold on, I have an opinion. I don't want to ever throw stones from my glass house, but I follow her on Instagram, and I just think about how many little girls beyond what I could even comprehend are obsessed with Rihanna. She also goes on to say, she's had this amazing career, she's won a Grammy, she's talented, and then she gets back together with Chris Brown and posts a million pictures of them smoking marijuana together in bed. And it cracks my heart in half in a way that makes me feel like I'm 95 years old. I mean, I get what you're saying, but when Rihanna hears about it, that little fat thing that Howard Stern called you, Lena, stay away from this girl. We know that she's a whole lot of trouble, and no young girls are following, want to grow up like her. They follow and look because they can't believe the crash and burn with all the talent. I feel like when I personally speaking, and I'm not one of the young people who follows her on Instagram, but when I look at Rihanna, I see a whole lot of talent being wasted in getting wasted. Or something. But I'm entertained by her, and no, I wish she wouldn't get back with Chris Brown, but I wish she wouldn't do a lot of things. But Lena, I am telling you, Rihanna has no problem giving the business to anybody who has anything bad to say about her, and she will hurt your little feelings, something awful. So if I were you, I would just defriend her on Instagram and ignore her. or whatever it is. Is that what you say? Defriend on Instagram? Defriend? Unfriend. That's why I need the young people around. You see, Prince? All kinds of friends you should have. Anyway, celebrity breakups can be really messy, but this one particularly caught my attention. Do you remember the NFL star and the sportscaster Ahmad Rashad? 63, but looks eternally young. He's got big eyes. He was once married to Felicia Rashad, Claire Huxtable. There they are when they were married. Look and see the big eyes? Anyway, he's been with his new wife. Felicia and he divorced a long time ago. It was very messy and very in the headlines. Anyway, then he got with the next woman who he ended up wifing up. And her name is Sale Johnson. And they've been married since no, that's not his grandmother. That is Sale. They've been married since 2005. Doesn't it just look like he married her for a reason? And it had nothing to do with hooking up? I'm sorry, Miss Sale. But allegedly, they're headed for divorce, and it's getting messy, these two. Well, you know, they're living in a $5 million house in a luxurious private community in Florida. A lot of celebrities live in the same community, including Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan, their neighbors. Well, therein lies the problem. Because you know the legend of Tiger. And Michael, you can tell Michael's up to something. Look how red his eyes are. And so allegedly, Rashad is close friends with both of them, and their bromance is one of the reasons, allegedly, according to the article that I was reading, for the divorce between Sale and Ahmad. Sources say that Sale doesn't approve of Rashad or Ahmad hanging out with Michael and Tiger, considering, you know, their legacies. And Michael takes Rashad to, or Ahmad, Rashad, to Palm Beach nightclubs, and it's just a mess. And I wonder whether he'll get spousal support. See, this is interesting to me because Sale Johnson is not just an older looking woman than him. I have no idea how old she is. We weren't able to find it anywhere on the Googler. But I do know that she was married to Woody Johnson, the owner of the Jets. And as you know, Woody is the heir to Johnson & Johnson, stuck on Band-Aids because Band-Aids stuck on me, and you know, like that. So Sale married into the Johnson family, and like a smart girl, she kept the last name afterwards. And got a whole lot of money for it, but now she might have to pay Ahmad Rashad spousal support. I don't know. I'm following this story for you, and I'll report back.